Home is the safest heaven for many of us. It's the one place we can retreat to, stay out from the chaos of the outside world. But what happens when the comfort of your own home is shattered by an unexpected knock at the door or the unnerving presence of a stranger on your doorstep? In today's world, not every visitor has good intentions, and sometimes danger comes closer than we ever thought possible. The danger lurking at home. In April 2021, a typical evening for the Bryant family in North Carolina was suddenly interrupted by a chilling and suspicious incident. Shea Bryant, her husband, and their 13-year-old son were inside their home when their son stepped out to walk the family dog. As he exited the house, the family's Ring doorbell camera captured something unsettling. A silver BMW slowly pulled up in front of their home. What happened next was every parent's worst nightmare. A strange man emerged from the vehicle and walked toward the teenager. The man immediately asked the teenager, "Do you live in this neighborhood?" The boy, undoubtedly alarmed, froze in fear. Shea Bryant later recalled that the speed of the man's actions suggested he may have been watching the family for a while, perhaps familiar with their routines. Was this a coincidence, or was their son being specifically targeted? Thankfully, the boy's father was able to intervene. As soon as he saw the man talking to his son, he rushed out the door, ready to confront the stranger. "What do you need with my son?" the father demanded. The man said, "Oh, I was just wondering about the airplane noise," he stammered, pointing to the sky. Why would anyone drive around a neighborhood and stop a child just to ask about airplane sounds? Recognizing the threat, the father didn't buy the story for a second. He pressed the man further, making it clear that his behavior was inappropriate and suspicious. Sensing that he had been caught, he got back into his car and drove off. A chilling request. Let me in. On July 15th, 2022, where a TikToker posted a bone-chilling video that left many viewers horrified. The video captured footage of someone standing at the back door of her home, repeatedly saying the words, "Let me in." The TikToker was not home at the time, but the voice on the recording was haunting. Throughout the video, the person continued knocking and scratching on the door, begging to be let in. Although nobody was visible on screen, a shadowy figure could be faintly seen in the lower right-hand corner of the video, making it clear that someone was there. Many viewers speculated about what could have been happening. Some theorized that the footage was staged for attention, but others weren't so sure. Intruder in the Night, the Michigan break-ins. In August 2019, a family in Troy, Michigan, experienced a similar terror when their home security camera captured a man breaking into their house. The footage showed the intruder cautiously walking up the stairs, pausing briefly as if unfamiliar with his surroundings. While the next part wasn't captured on camera, the homeowner later realized the horrifying moment she woke up to find the man standing over her bed. Shocked, she screamed, and the intruder fled immediately. Despite having the security footage, The police were unable to identify the man, and the case went cold, at least for a while. 2 months later, in October, the same man was seen again, this time on a security camera at a different home in Rochester Hills, Michigan. In this footage, the man could be seen climbing onto the hot tub in the backyard and peering into the window, surveying the inside of the house. Despite this second incident, police were still unable to catch the elusive intruder. In January 2020, he was once again caught on camera, this time in Bloomfield Township, Michigan. The homeowner received an alert from his security system, notifying him that someone was roaming outside his house. By now, residents were on high alert. The police were under pressure to catch the man before he struck again. Finally, in February 2020, the authorities got their break. An officer spotted a man running from a residential yard in Bloomfield Township, the same neighborhood where the previous break-ins had occurred. He was quickly caught and identified as 27-year-old Donovan Johnson, a bankruptcy attorney with a dark secret. The creepy late-night visitor. In September 2018, YouTuber Jeff Null uploaded a disturbing video to his channel titled "Man Trying to Enter My Home in the Middle of the Night." In the footage, a strange man could be seen approaching the front door. The man began pulling on the door handle and muttering to himself, though most of his words were incomprehensible. At one point, he seemed to ask himself, "What do I do?" as though he was unsure of his next move. The homeowner, sensing the danger, called out from a window, warning the man that she was going to call the police. The intruder paused for a moment before coming up with a silly excuse, claiming he was looking for his dog. He was never seen again, leaving the woman to wonder what his true intentions were. The armed impostor. A fake delivery attempt. In a more recent incident from April 2023 in Connecticut, a homeowner experienced a terrifying encounter at their front door. At 9:30 a.m., a man wearing an orange safety vest approached the door, carrying a package. He appeared to be a legitimate delivery worker. When the homeowner opened the door, the man tried to hand over the package while pretending to read an address off of it. And then, without warning, the man pulled out a weapon, attempting to force his way inside the house. The homeowner acted fast, pushing the man away and slamming the door shut. Fortunately, the intruder fled, but the police were quickly called to investigate. They later identified the suspect as 37-year-old Xavier Otero, who had planned to carry out a home invasion. An ominous knock on the door, early morning intrusion. In June 2021, a homeowner in Houston, Texas, captured an unsettling encounter on her home security camera. At around 2 a.m., a man approached her front door and began knocking softly. For nearly 20 minutes, he stood outside the door, knocking at irregular intervals, his face hidden under a baseball cap. Worried that it was an attempted break-in, the homeowner shared the video with local police. Although the man was never identified, his actions were a reminder of how even the most normal behavior can signal danger. Nightmare delivery, a man trying to force his way inside. In February 2022, a woman in Denver, Colorado, had a chilling experience that left her shaken for days. She had ordered a food delivery and was waiting for it to arrive. When the delivery person knocked on the door, she opened the door to retrieve her order. The delivery man suddenly pushed against it, trying to force his way into the house. The woman screamed and slammed the door shut just in time, locking it as fast as she could. Through her security camera footage, she watched as the man fled the scene, leaving the food behind. The footage was turned over to the police, but the delivery man was never found, and the incident remains unsolved.